What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Monday edition of The Squeeze. I am Tyler Conium, a Thanksgiving Monday holiday here in Canada. Been away from YouTube for a little bit, but if you follow me across social media, specifically Twitter and a little bit in the Discord, you'll know that the bets have not stopped. It's just been difficult to get these videos filmed. I had tried thinking of maybe I'll do a shorter format, maybe I'll do YouTube Shorts, but this is what I like to do. And if I can't do it properly, then I don't make the video, but I do always post my picks. I'm going to make a very concerted effort because the Discord's growing. The Discord's at, I think, 20 people now, which is pretty cool. So I want to make sure that stuff is going in there first and foremost. So the link is in the description below. I'm going to be always posting all of my plays, always free, in the Discord first and foremost, but on days that I don't make videos, also on Twitter/X, whatever you want to call it, I do post all of my plays there. You can also follow me at BetStamp. That is linked in the description below as well, where all my plays are tracked there. Okay, so been a while, so there's no point really doing much accounting aside from the fact that we're up over 60 units on the year. So if you know somebody that might be interested in these videos or in these plays, you can recommend that they hit the subscribe button, or you hit the subscribe button yourself. We're getting into NHL is starting up this week, NBA is coming, and we don't stop. We go across each and every sport, and we are up, aside from I think F1 and UFC, up in every single sport. I've had a great year in baseball and in the CFL as well. So the wheels just keep on spinning. So let's get to today's plays. We're going to start with Monday Night Football. We've got the Packers and the Raiders. Okay, so this game is weird in that the Packers are only 2-point favorites. But we're going to do a little bit of a same game teaser here because I also don't mind I'm probably going to have another bet where it's just Packers straight up +2. I do like that bet, but why not make it a little bit interesting and make it a teaser? So I'm going to tease the Green Bay Packers up to +6.5, so to not lose by more than a touchdown, and to bring the number down to 40.5 and take the over. This gives you a +100 teaser at FanDuel. FanDuel, I think instead of making it an actual teaser, you have to just make a same game parlay with alternate lines, but it's the same essentially as a teaser there. So the Packers are 2-2 this season. They're 3-1 against the spread. You've got the Raiders who are 1-3 and only 1-2-1 against the spread. The Packers haven't lost. So dating back to December of 2007, Packers are 4-0 against the Raiders. Okay. You have the Raiders who are coming off 3 straight losses. They won in week 1 against Denver, have not won since. Got smoked by Buffalo, lost by 5 to Pittsburgh, lost by 7 to the Chargers. You have Green Bay, who smoked the Bears in week 1, lost to the Falcons by 1, beat the Saints by 1, and then lost last week by 14 to the Lions. So they're both sort of in this middle of the road situation. Jimmy Garoppolo is expected to start for the Raiders tonight, but I just don't really care all that much. I think the Packers are just a little bit better than the Raiders are. The defense for the Packers had struggled to stop the run, so Josh Jacobs, either a prop or a touchdown, might be a value as well. But I just don't think the Raiders' offense can exploit anything aside from that. On the Packers side, Jordan Love should be able to cook against the Raiders' defense, and I think the Packers will be playing ahead most of the game, especially if Aaron Jones plays. Even though the Packers have a poor run defense, if they're playing from behind and they're not able to throw the ball, I just don't think that's going to happen. So the Packers losing by more than a touchdown with the way they're playing, I just don't buy it. And I do think the over is a nice play as well. Matt LaFleur's developed a really strong game plan there for the Packers. I think Aaron Jones is going to be more than just simply a decoy, which last week he was completely a decoy, and I know that because he's on my fantasy team. I think he's more in line with what we saw in week 1 against the Bears, where he really carved them up. And I think Jordan Love is a bit of an underrated quarterback. He's had a good season so far. I think there's going to be points on the board. Again, you've got the Raiders who are going to be able to run the football against the Packers and put up, if they can get to, say, 14 points, then you need, 25 or so from the Packers, which I think we get. So I really like the same game teaser. I also like Green Bay just straight up +2. Give me the Packers +6.5 and over 40.5 for your total for a +100 even money parlay at FanDuel. Shifting away from the NFL, we're going to go to the CFL, where we've done really, really well. And you've got the Ottawa Redblacks and the Montreal Alouettes playing back-to-back times. Montreal, again, the books, for whatever reason, never want to go above a touchdown for the spreads. And you've got the Alouettes, who are 8-7 and are also 8-7 against the spread. And you've got the Redblacks, who are 4-11 and 6-9 against the spread. Oh, by the way, these teams just played on September the 30th, and it was a 32-15 drumming by the Alouettes. The Owls have won 7 of the last 10 meetings. They've played 3 times this year. Montreal's won all 3, 19-12, 25-24, and 32-15. The Alouettes did secure a playoff spot in their last game there against the Redblacks, and the Owls defense is for real. They struggled in about 4 games where they couldn't really get a lot going offensively, but their defense is legit. And look, the Redblacks, you could argue between them and the Stampeders, are the worst teams in the CFL, right? I just don't see Ottawa being able to really get anything done against this team. It's the second of a back-to-back matchup. You look at what Ottawa has done recently. So they lost to Montreal. Previous to that, they did beat the Saskatchewan Roughriders, but then they lost 7 straight games, right? And they're getting the handed to them, and they're 6-9 against the spread. I think the Alouettes now also are at home. They're going to get it done. Give me the Montreal Alouettes -6. That's -110 at BetRivers. Do not understand that line at all. I would put it around 12.5 if it was me. And then the last bet, we're going to go over to the Major League Baseball playoffs, where you've got Arizona in LA to play Game 2 of the NLDS round. And I'm not going to pick a side on this. I do lean. Another bet that I like is going to be Braves and Dodgers on a money line parlay. Both lost Game 1. I look for them both to rebound here in Game 2. Arizona beat the Dodgers 11-2 in Game 1. They really lit up Clayton Kershaw there, but I'm not going to touch that specifically here. It's juicy at -150, and then I don't love the run line in the playoffs. So I also don't want to do 2 parlays as an official bet because obviously that's increasing the risk there. So just give me the over. Give me over 8. It is a little bit juicy at -120 at BetMGM. A lot of books are at 8.5, but you know me. Anytime I can get push potential, I'll take it. And I like that number of 8 a lot. If it finishes, 5-4, we win. Even, give me a 5-3 final and we'll push. I'm fine with that. You've got these two teams. They're 5-4 to the under, and they're 5-4-1 to the over the last 10 times they've played. But Arizona on their own are 6-4 to the under in their last 10, and the Dodgers are 7-3 to the under as well. But the way that they've been playing in the playoffs, you're looking at, they went over in the last game, obviously 11-2. There was 12. That was going back to the regular season because the Dodgers didn't play in round 1. But Arizona, who did, they went over the total once against Milwaukee and already once against the Dodgers. The pitching matchup, again, you've got Bobby Miller for the Dodgers. The last time he pitched against Arizona, he went 6 innings, gave up 7 hits, 2 walks, and gave up 4 earned runs. Going for the Diamondbacks is Zach Gallen. He's been okay as of late, but his last 2 starts against the Dodgers, he's gone 5 1/3 and given up 6, 4 2/3 and given up 5. The Dodgers are going to come into this pissed off. They just got shelled 11-2. Clayton Kershaw, their Hall of Fame ace, gets lit up, and the Dodgers are 91-64 to the over on the regular season. So I'm going to look for their bats to get it going here in a big way. So give me the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks to go over 8 for -120 at BetMGM. Once again, your 3 picks for today. Give me the Packers +6.5 and over 40.5 on a same game teaser for +100 at FanDuel. Give me the Montreal Alouettes -6 for -110 at BetRivers. Give me the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks to go over 8 for -120 at BetMGM. As always, drop a comment if you're fading or following. You can follow me on all my socials at Tyler Connie for more picks and props throughout the day. Audio is on Spotify and on Apple. Have a great Monday. Good to be back here, and let's talk sports.